we are going to discuss about the dimensions of a physical quantity. Dimensions of a physical quantity. Till now, we have studied about fundamental quantities and derived units. As we know that we have 7 fundamental quantities and 2 supplementary quantities, and we have so many derived units in all. So the 7 fundamental quantities are called the 7 dimensions of physical world. So the seven fundamental units are called 7 dimensions. Okay, as we have the basic quantity, that is length. So for the dimension of length, we use L in this bracket. For mass, we use M. For time, we use T. Similarly, other dimensions as current, we use A. This bracket is very important. Okay, and for Kelvin, Kelvin is the SI unit of current, we use K. And similarly, we have luminous intensity. For luminous intensity, we use candela, and that we write this one. Okay, and one more physical quantity is there, that is amount of a substance. Amount of a substance, and that we denote by mole. Its unit is mole, so its dimension is this. So we have these dimensions of physical quantities. We express all the units of all the physical quantities in terms of these dimensions only. Just for the sake of convenience, I am taking example of area. Area, for example, I am taking area. So area, it is length multiplied by breadth. Length is also a meter, length and breadth both are distances. So we measure them in terms of length. So we can write it as L for the dimension of this length and multiply by the dimension of breadth, which is also L. So it is L. If nothing is written, that means it has power 1. So that becomes L to the power 2. It is pronounced that L to the power 2, not as L square. Second example, I am taking velocity. So the formula for velocity is displacement divided by time. Okay, and we know that displacement is a type of length, so we can write its dimension as L, and here time we use T, and here the powers are 1 and 1. Now when t goes in numerator, it becomes t to the power minus 1. So its dimension will be L1 t to the power minus 1, or simply we can write Lt minus 1. Is it okay? Now I'm taking one more example, and that is of force. That I'm taking of force. Since we know that force is equal to mass multiplied by acceleration. So directly we can use the units to find the dimensions. Since we know that its unit, SI unit is Newton. But Newton is not one of the fundamental units. So first we have to break it into fundamental unit, then we have to find its dimension. So this is the formula for force, M multiplied by A. And I'm writing its formula in terms of fundamental quantities. So for M, I'm writing kg, and acceleration, as we all know that, meter per second square. So this is the unit of force in terms of fundamental units. Now I am going to write its dimension. For kg, we write M, and here the power of kg is 1, so we take 1. Okay, and next for M is meter, which is the unit of length, and for length we take L, so it becomes L to the power 1, and then in denominator it is second square. Second square means a square of the dimension of time, t2. So while considering all the things in numerator, we can write its formula as M1 L1 T minus 2. This is the dimensional formula for force. So I hope you understand the basic concept of dimensions. One more example I am taking, and that is of pressure. Okay, I am taking next example as pressure, and you know that pressure is perpendicular force or thrust divided by area. Okay, now we know that the dimensions of force, units of force, or we can use directly the dimensions of force. Dimensions of force is M1 L1 T minus 2. If we know the exact dimension, we can use directly its value. So I am writing M1 L1 T minus 2 for force, and area. The unit of area is meter square. Meter square means it is a type of length, so its dimension will be L to the power 2. Okay, now when we cancel the dimensions, L1 is here and L to the power 2 is here. So if we cancel it, it becomes L to the power 1 here. Now when it goes in numerator, it becomes M1 L minus 1 T minus 2. It is our sequence that first we write M, then L, and then T. So I hope you understand the basic concept of dimensions in terms of M, L, and T. In next lecture, we will discuss some of its applications, why we use dimensions, what are its applications, and then what are its limitations. We will discuss in next videos.